I'll call this meeting to order. Good evening and welcome to the Thursday, January 8th, 2026 meeting of the City of the Worcester Historical Commission. My name is Diane Long and I'll be chairing tonight's meeting. Before we begin, I have a few brief announcements concerning how our meeting will proceed tonight. Tonight's meeting is a hybrid format, which means that attendees may participate in person here at City Hall or remotely. You may log in via computer by going to worcestermass.zoom.gov/J/160-487-3519, entering access code 160-487-3519 in the Zoom application or by calling in at 1-669-254-5252 and entering access code 160-487-3519. To manage remote participation during our hybrid meetings and prevent disruptions, all participants are automatically blocked from unmuting themselves, turning on their video, or sending chat messages. For remote participants who would like to comment on an item on our agenda, we ask that you use the raise hand feature in Zoom during the discussion on that item. If you are joined by phone, you can raise your hand by pressing *9. Staff will then call on members of the public one at a time and give them permission to unmute themselves. If you are joined by phone, you will then be able to unmute yourself by pressing *6. This is a public meeting, which means both that it is being recorded and that minutes will be taken and published at a later date. To help with this process, we ask all speakers participating in person to use a microphone to please clearly identify yourself each time you speak. And the first time you speak, please state your city or town of residence for the record. To help maintain an orderly meeting, please address all comments and questions through the chair rather than directly to any of the other speakers or applicants. If you are here for an item that will be postponed or continued, please note that no additional notice will be sent to you before the next meeting. The best thing to do is to call the planning department the day prior to our next meeting to confirm if the item will be heard or postponed that night. Once an item is called, there will be a brief presentation of the item, followed by any additional comments and clarifications from members of the city staff, then an opportunity for anyone from the public to speak on that item before we proceed to board discussion and action. Please also note that all approval votes will be by roll call tonight when the time comes. Excuse me. I will begin with a roll call of the Commission and City staff. Commissioner Thierman.
Here.
Commissioner Halnarski.
Here.
Commissioner Andre.
Here.
Commissioner Burnett.
Here.
Commissioner Northway.
Here.
Commissioner Santos Restivo.
Here.
Commissioner Forster.
Here.
Commissioner Gutierrez Lavoti.
Here.
Commissioner Long. Here. Michelle Johnstone.
Here.
And Cameron.
Here.
We'll begin with old business. Item number 1, which is 266 Webster Street. Is the petitioner here or online?
So, through you, Madam Chair, if you wouldn't mind just going through, we got some last-minute postponements and withdrawals that we can just go through at the top of the meeting, just in case anybody's online for them.
Okay. All right. Well, the first item that is going to be continued is 90 Main Street. They're asking for a continuation to the February 19th meeting with a constructive grant deadline of March 6, 26. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
And on that motion, Commissioner Andre?
Yes.
Commissioner Santos Restivo?
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski?
Yes.
Commissioner Northway?
Yes.
Commissioner Burnett?
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman?
Yes.
Chair Long?
Yes.
Did I say Commissioner Northway? Okay. There's 9 people tonight, so it's the
I know.
first time this has ever happened.
It is. The next item to be continued will be 258 Pleasant Street. This has a request to be continued to the February 5th meeting with a constructive grant deadline of February 20th. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
And on that motion, and this opening date predates Commissioner Burnett, so Commissioner Gutierrez-Lavotie,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Helnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Northway,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes. The next item we can take out of order will be 22 Elm Street. They have requested to withdraw. And I would like a motion for withdrawal without prejudice for 22 Elm.
So moved. Second.
And on that motion, Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Helnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Northway,
Yes.
Commissioner Burnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes. Okay, I think we can now move on to items with action. The first item for new business will be item number 4, which is 5 Jakes Avenue, a request for the ability to replace more.
So through the chair, we also do have item 1. So the items that were postponed or continued or withdrawn were 2, 3, and other business B. So we would go back up to 1. I don't see them here. If anybody is online for 266 Webster Street, if you would use *9 to raise your hand. I'm not seeing anybody online for it.
Should we continue it again?
Why don't we just leave it until the end of the meeting and then we can,
Okay. All right, then, again, new business, item number 4, 5 Jakes Avenue. Is the partitioner here or online?
if anybody is online for 5 Jakes Avenue, please use the raise hand feature or dial *9. I'm not seeing anybody, so we can move on to the next one.
All right. Moving on to the next item, which is item number 5, 81 Plantation Street, St. Joseph's Church School, and that's for a building demo delay waiver.
Hi, good evening.
Hi,
How is everyone today?
good. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes. My name is Brian Damasio. I live in Worcester. And I'm with the Worcester Cultural Academy. And I am requesting replacement of 3 sets of double doors at 81 Plantation Street.
Are they all around the building?
There is, yes, there's a 4th door in the rear, but that has been replaced before we took rental of the building, so it does not need to be replaced. It's just 1 door. These are the main 3 entryways.
These are the main 3 entryways, and are they all on the main road?
No, one is on Chrome Street, one's on Plantation Street, and the other one is off of Hamilton Street.
Okay. And can you tell us what you're going to be replacing them with?
I did give, downloaded everything information, but they're going to be aluminum doors. Our goal, which we have picked out but are waiting for approval, is they're selected to closely match the historic character, design, and appearance of the existing doors, while maintaining current safety standards. No other exterior features will be altered at all. There is a safety concern and functionality concern with the doors that we have now.
What's going on with them?
I've been there about a year now. I started January 2nd of '25. They're very old doors. So this is actually where the children, no, this is Chrome Street, yes. So this is where the children get off Plantation Street, but then they walk onto Chrome Street. So all those doors in the middle have a metal, excuse me, a wooden plank, per se, that where the doors connect. You can wiggle them. Their material has been worn out over the years. Before I was there was a Paramore, which is a construction company, and they were working on the first floor, as we just made it in elementary and middle school. So we're currently in St. Stephen's, the old St. Stephen's, and that formerly was U Inc. before St. Joe's. Honestly, they're not very secure. There is a safety concern. We do have a security guard, but if somebody really wanted to kind of get in, it's you know, the functionality is not really where we should be for an elementary school or any kind of school.
So these are small children. Can the small children open the doors?
No.
Okay.
They are locked from the outside. If they want to come out, of course, they can push and open it. We were fortunate enough to receive a grant last year for this. There really would be no other way that we could afford to replace all these doors without that. With that, we wanted to add a fob system as well. This way, now we're just giving keys, and then we have to get them at the end of the year, and that can be challenging sometimes, changing locks. This way, for safety of the children and the staff, we can give a fob, and then no need for a key, and we can control the access and also monitor the access.
And the doors that you're removing, are they in good enough condition to donate to an architectural salvage?
Absolutely. We actually had some interior doors before I was there that did get replaced. I'm sure they got approval. But we saved all the doors. So we have, I wasn't, in my opinion too, they're beautiful doors, and it is a shame, but I wasn't able to, I work on them almost 3-4 times a week, trying to adjust them, get them to close right. We would very much love to donate to a place that could go. It's beautiful wood. I wasn't planning on destroying them anyways. I was going to keep them in our
Okay.
basement. And we have several others too, if there was a place or someone that was interested.
That's good. My question is the color scheme. What we saw with the renderings of the new doors, are they going to be white, or are they going to be this wood?
Well, we were figuring more of this because that is old painted on
Yeah.
white. That's not the original color. And Neiman Senior there actually had a picture he showed me, and they, you know, that would actually be more of the one on Plantation Street. Mm-hmm. That might have been actually.
Yeah, I like that. I think it complements the architecture of the building better than white.
No, yeah, we were looking
Painted.
for the closest match to a, you know, not just brown, but, you know, we're going to keep the same design of the windows too.
So through the chair, one question I have, so you're going to keep the same design of the windows. Are you keeping the same windows? So you're replacing the windows?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, I mean the transoms.
No, we're not touching any of the windows at all.
Okay.
Yes, no.
Understood.
Those are, and they still work. It's amazing.
They're beautiful, so-
Beautiful windows, yes, they are, yes.
Could you clarify for me, how tall are the doors?
I'm sorry?
Clarify how tall the doors are?
I'd say about 8 feet height,
Okay, thank you.
yes.
So through the chair, in the rendering, you have 90 inches, so that's 7.5 feet. Are they going in the same openings?
Yes.
Okay, so they're not being made taller or smaller?
No,
Okay.
They're 7.5.
we're not going to change any architect, any brick. We're just going to keep that. We will put a new frame in. The current frame can't hold the aluminum doors.
Okay. Are there any other questions from the commission before I open it up for public comment? All right, let's open it up for any public comment.
If anybody would like to speak on this item, please dial *9 from your handset or use the raise hand feature in the Zoom application. Not seeing any.
Hearing none, I'll make a motion to close public comment.
Second.
And on the motion to close public comment, Commissioner Burnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Helnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Northway,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes. And now may I have?
Oh, Commissioner Andre.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't seeing.
And now may I have a motion for a building demo delay waiver for 81 Plantation Street?
The commission finds that the proposed demolition at 81 Plantation Street, consisting of replacing the doors while maintaining the historic design and color of the doors, of the original doors, I should say, would not be detrimental to the historical or architectural resources of the city of Worcester.
Second?
And on that motion, Commissioner Burnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Northway,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Mr. Northway, if I may add, I saw you at the preservation walk. You did
Yes.
an excellent job.
Oh, thank
That
you.
was a beautiful walk.
Thank
yes.
you. You always wonder how that works.
It was really good.
Thank you. I'm sorry, did you mean the thing just a few weeks ago?
Yes, yes.
This was the walk to the cemetery.
Oh, okay, very good. Thank you.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, that would be good, because I'm sure if Eric was not around.
All right, moving on to item number 6. We have 106 Elm Street for a request for a certificate of appropriateness, a building demo delay waiver, and possibly a hardship claim for removal of a slate roof. Is the partitioner online?
Yes.
Hi, can you introduce yourself and tell us what your plans are?
Sure. My name is Gabby de Oliveira Baeta. I'm the owner of the property, and pretty much the roof is just in terrible condition. It's leaking every time it rains, so we're just hoping to replace the roof completely, hopefully with a newer shingle roof. The slate roof is just really costly, so it wouldn't really be affordable for me. I've gotten a quote for a shingle roof and for the slate roof, so that's the plan.
I did see that. How long have you owned the house?
Since October of '24.
Oh, recent, okay. And if you go with a shingle roof, your plan for the color?
It should be, yep, right there.
The charcoal.
Okay.
Cinder black.
And I did see the comparisons, the price comparisons for the replacement of the slate roof versus the shingle roof. Certainly, they're quite different. Have you been trying to maintain the slate roof with repairs?
Yes, it needs to be replaced. It's pretty old at this point, and it just needs to be completely replaced.
Was that a yes, that you have been trying to maintain or repair it?
Yes.
And how have you done that? Have you had roofers up there on a number of occasions trying to repair it?
It looks like she muted herself. So Gabby, I'm unmuting you again. Every time you mute yourself, it's going to lock you out of unmuting
thank you.
yourself. Yeah.
We haven't had like roofers, but we've had, we've tried to like repair it ourselves and, do different things, but it's just really, it's over 50 years old. It needs to be, like even the wood panels, like all under there are just, they're not in great condition at all.
It's likely more than 50 years old. Slate roofs
Yeah,
are usually good for
sure.
much more than 100.
It's probably about 125 years old, if I had to guess. It's constructed in
Yeah.
1901.
Yeah, maybe never been replaced, so.
All right. Does the commission have any questions for the homeowner?
I just have a comment to make. If your slate roof is, say, 100 years old, it actually is more cost-effective to have a slate roof over the lifespan of your building than it is to replace an asphalt shingled roof every 20 or 30 years.
I
So,
guess, yeah, sure, but I can't afford 150K to replace a roof, unfortunately. And I'm not going to be, owning the building for that long, so.
I think it would be important, though, to have a roofer look at the roof to see if it could be repaired, not just trying to do it yourself, because slate roofs are very particular, and you need somebody who knows how to do it.
so through the chair, it looks like we have Commissioner Gutierrez-Lavoti has her hand raised. So Kristen, if you want to go ahead and speak.
Yeah, I was just going to ask along the same lines, if you had someone who specializes in slate give you a better idea of maintenance and repairs, because a regular roofer is probably going to recommend you switch to asphalt. And so you really need someone that specializes in slate to give you an informed decision.
No, I mean, if you guys really want me to, I can, but it's already been hard enough to get a quote from a slate roofer to begin with. There's not many slate roofers left in the state. And I tried contacting a couple before I had one finally reach back to me and give me even a quote. And like I said, the roof is, every time it rains, it leaks. We have buckets everywhere. And there's tenants in the third floor that, it's just not great condition at all. I get nervous with the snow about the structure and it caving in certain places, so.
You stated that you're not going to own this property for very long. Are you already marketing it for sale?
I mean, like, however long, 100 plus years, because obviously I won't be alive that long. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
just for me, the slate roof makes, or the shingle roof makes more sense. And then I don't know, another point, I don't really understand how big of a difference it would make in like the aesthetic of the building, because I know that's like a big thing that you guys are concerned about. Because you can't, obviously you can see some of the roof from the street, but I don't really know how big of a difference it would make to keep the slate versus the shingle. Like, is it going to change much in the aesthetic of the building?
Well, we only have a few buildings left in the city with slate roofs, and each time we allow one to be replaced, that's one less that we have. So that's important for the history of the city and its architectural integrity.
May I ask, have you filled out the hardship waiver paperwork?
She has, it's online.
Yep, everything should have
Yeah, I
been sent
didn't
with
see
the
it.
application.
I agree that I'd like to hear from a slate roofer on repairs and what the cost and significance of that is, and if they think it's repairable or not, I think would be helpful in this case.
All right. So I've heard from numerous commissioners that you don't feel that there is enough information to vote on this without actually having a quote from a slate specialist on possible repairs. Is that accurate?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. It does sound like the commission would like a little more information before we take a vote. Would it be possible for you to get that?
Yeah, I'll try. Like I said, they're really hard to, they don't even call me back, the slate roofers, but I'll definitely try.
So through the chair, what date would you like to have this pushed out to then? I mean, I know you say it's going to take you a while, but at the same time, I recognize that it's winter and that you want to get something done. So we have January 22nd coming up, we have February 5th, we have February 19th. Those are the next 3 meetings. When would you like us to reschedule you to?
I'd love to go to the next meeting, but I don't know, is there a deadline that I have to submit something? So like before the meeting?
I mean, yeah, so I try to get people to submit things to me by the Tuesday before the meeting.
So what date is that, sorry?
It'd be the 20th, but the meeting is going to be on the 22nd.
Okay, so by the 20th, I need to send you like an estimate of what it would be to
A repair
the roof?
cost.
Okay, sure, yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so then January 22nd with the constructive grant deadline of February 6th.
All right. I'm sorry, did you,
What's that?
Nope, I said that's fine.
oh,
Okay.
okay, thank you. All right, then I will make a motion to continue 106 Elm Street to the January 22nd meeting with a constructive grant deadline of February 6th.
Second.
And on that motion, Commissioner Burnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Northway,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes. Thank you, we'll see you next meeting. All right, moving on to the next item, we have a request to build a building in the Crown Hill neighborhood. So they're requesting a certificate of appropriateness at 18 Crown Street.
Yep. Good evening, members of the board. My name is Donald O'Neill. I'm a lawyer here in Worcester. And I'm here this evening on behalf of the owners of this property at 18 Crown Street, which is 39 Worcester LLC. Also, I believe online, Rafael Hernandez from Acropolis Design is participating remotely.
Good evening.
Yeah, and I believe the manager of the LLC is also online too, or was hoping to be online.
Through the chair to Attorney O'Neill, what is the owner's name? Because I can unmute him.
John Mansour?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, so I guess he is there. So this is an unusually large lot in the location that it's in. It's got a little over 24,000 square feet. It's got 134 feet of frontage on Chatham Street and 176 feet of frontage on Crown Street. We did look at the lot in terms of how it could be subdivided while still maintaining, complying with all of the zoning requirements for both lots, and did come up with the proposed A&R configuration that's shown on the plan. So that would leave the existing structure with sufficient area and frontage. Actually, I think it's probably excess all the way around in terms of the area and frontage. And also with respect to the proposed new structure, that is classified under the zoning ordinance as a single-family attached, which is a townhouse-style unit with each lot. Each unit is on its own separate lot and can be owned separately as opposed to a condominium form of ownership, and then divided by a party wall. We did, Mr. Hernandez did take a look at some of the surrounding properties to try and come up with a design that would, with a more modern version, but basically consistent with the neighborhood in terms of appearance. And he did cite some examples as to what other properties that he looked at. This is what we've come up with. This building on this location with the area and the frontage that we've provided meets all of the zoning requirements. It's a by right situation, does not require any type of relief from the Zoning Board of Appeals or anything else. So it complies with the zoning ordinance, and the reason we're here, obviously, is because it's in the historic district and does require your approval in terms of the design of the building. So, this is what we're proposing, and we're happy to hear whatever comments the commission may have regarding that, architecturally, color, or anything of that nature that you want to comment on.
Thank you.
I have a question. The granite and it looks like close, if not the original cast iron railings, what's going to happen to those?
Well, they would have to be certainly in the frontage of the building where the driveways would be, they would have to go.
Right.
There's no way to drive over those.
Right.
And, so those would have to be removed. And I don't know that there's, haven't really thought about it, but I don't know if there's any way that they could be incorporated into the new design in any way, but.
I would think that it could be incorporated into the landscaping around, and even the wrought iron.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those are missing, but that I would assume that would be a nice homage to what was there previously.
Yeah, that's certainly something we could look at. I did, the wrought iron, there's certainly nothing wrong with the granite. Wrought iron is a little beat up, but I'm sure that there could be some possibility of salvaging those and reusing those. We'd have to figure out, how we would do that and where they would be placed and so forth. But that's something which we'd be happy to consider.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The first thing that strikes me when I look at the plans is just the massing of this building. It is huge. And in the Crown Hill Historic District, I mean, it's majority of Greek Revival homes, fairly modest in size. I'm not sure this would fit easily into that district as it is. You had mentioned that there is zoning for duplexes or single-family buildings on the property, on the lots. Was that considered versus this one massive building?
Yeah, if the single-family structure in an RG5 zone requires 50 feet of frontage and 5,000 square feet. So the requirements for the single-family attached, which is the townhouse, are, it doesn't require 200 feet of frontage and 20,000 square feet. So there's a reduction in terms of the actual frontage requirement, and I believe that is, I think it's 30 feet. Wait a sec. We're showing 80 feet of frontage. So actually, I believe it's 20 feet of frontage per unit. And then it is a couple of thousand square feet per unit as well. So if in terms of the area that we have available, if you were going to go for based on that frontage, that would be sufficient if it were a single, for one unit.
To divide this building in half and have two buildings, is there enough room to do that?
Like 2 units per,
You mean like two duplexes?
Yes. Just something that would be smaller in size and fit into Crown Hill a little bit better.
I agree.
I mean,
think having it
through the chair, the building that this lot is being divided from is approximately, the footprint area is about the same. It is only 2 stories, but this is lower in the hill. And we're working the garage into the hill a bit, so it's not gonna appear much taller. It might even be shorter than to the one on the left there and the one on the right. So,
My other concern was the garages. They're in the front of the building. There are no garages in the front of buildings in Crown Hill. Garages are always in the rear. Another building that we approved to be built up here, we approved it with the garages in the rear. Is there any reason you want the garages right in the front of the building?
it's just typical of townhouse design. We could definitely look at an easement or something, accessing it from the back, but then you would lose green space in the back of the building.
The thing about the garage under is the parking is within the building. So if you don't put the garage under, then you actually end up with more pavement in terms of the footprint of the building, and then a paved parking area would just eliminate more of the, the remaining yard area that would be present would have to be basically paved in order to provide parking. And I think also the, accessing parking in the rear would be kind of difficult, particularly given the slope of the lot as well.
On the same sort of area, it looks to me like the rear of the proposed building, that lot is going to have like 3 driveways in it. Is that correct?
The existing,
So the building that's going in there proposed looks to me like there's the dotted lines. Are those driveways?
Yes, correct.
4 driveways.
yes.
So you're already
Oh, no, there are 3
paving quite a bit of
driveways.
that back space.
Oh, I thought he was-
Yes?
No, we're not paving anything in the backyard. There's pavement is already there, which is the parking for the existing
Well, it looks to me
7-unit building.
like at least 3 of them have you can access the parking underneath from the front and the back. Is that correct?
Well, if you were to come in the back, you would have to, you'd have to go through the parking area for the existing house, or you'd have to,
You have to take.
Don, can you take your mic with you, please?
So what I'm questioning is these. Are those,
oh, those contour lines.
pardon?
Look, those are the contour lines?
Yes.
Yes.
Are those proposed driveways?
No, that's just,
No,
that's just
okay.
the topography. Sure.
Thank you.
All of the parking basically would be immediately in front of the building or within, there'd be 2-car.
Okay, so they'd
two-car
be
garage,
only
basically
access
tandem
from Crown.
in each unit. The
Okay.
back would remain yard.
Green space, yeah.
Do you know if you've been working with an architect who specializes in architecture in historic districts for this building?
We hadn't considered that, but Mr. Hernandez basically and his company has done other work as well, I think, also within the historic district at some point.
Yes, we've done other projects in other historic districts and in other towns and here. This is a design decision that we've all come up with and we're presenting, and we've taken details from other buildings like 4 Crown Street to mimic some of the design, but we have to balance materials and look to the cost of construction and the design detail for this area, and trying to, this is a little more approachable to the average family than building 2 large single-family houses. And due to many costs, not just the cost of land and the cost of construction, 4 units, we feel it's more appropriate for this RG5 lot.
Are each of these units going to be single bedroom or what?
They are 2-bedroom, 2-bath units. We did include some floor plans. I don't know if you can pull those up of the interiors.
Through the chair, I did not include that in my slides because it's not something we typically discuss. But if you do, is it helpful for people for me to pull them up?
I mean, I can describe it. So it's 2 tandem spaces at ground level, and it's going to be at street level into the hill. Then you walk upstairs, and it's open floor plan, kitchen, living room, dining with a laundry, and 2 bedrooms on 2 bath on the 3rd level. And so it's your typical townhouse that are being built in this area, around 1,500 square feet, which is what's a lot of the ones up on Malden Street and in other parts of the city that are being constructed.
Yeah, I agree that they do look like very typical townhouses that are built everywhere in the city, but they don't look like anything that is
Belongs
meant
in
to
a
fit
historic
into the Crown Hill Historic District.
Right.
To
And
me.
a concern
I mean,
of-
I don't, you mentioned that you chose this design because it matches or is in sync with other buildings in the district. I'm familiar with the district, and I don't see anything on this building that would make me.
We had another
remind me of
slide that had a side-by-side comparison. I don't know if you can pull that up. It's more in particular one of the buildings. But yes, if you focus on the garages and the entry, but that's what's required for modern living and parking for this, to provide parking for these buildings, and we can't really set this further back. There were some additional slides and also some 3D drawings that kind of show not such a boxy design. There is angulating angles and bump outs that are, I think, a little more attractive than just looking at this in 2 dimension.
So through the chair, and to you, Raphael, all of the commission members do have all of those things in their materials. I can't include every page of every submission that we get, otherwise.
Oh, I apologize. I thought they were just only looking at these. But yes, so the pay, if you have the whole package on L1, the middle photo is for Crown.
Do you want,
And
do you,
the-
do you,
the
do you want me to open up your application and I can share that specific page?
Yes.
Just give me a second.
Okay, while she's doing that, part of the question I asked about sizing, number of bedrooms and so forth, is the overall size of the building as well as the population that's going to move in there is going to significantly change Crown Hill. And it doesn't really probably fall under us, the number of bedrooms, but it was a neighborhood concern, I'll say.
But I think, too, we would also maybe consider a structure of this side if it was at the end of a street or on, like, a corner, where this is in between 2 very historic homes, and the massing is just very out of place. And even though there might be a similar building in the district, the location of that building was probably why that was approved. You know, where is it located in the district? Is it the edge of the district? What is next to it? Is it an end unit? And this is smack in the middle of 2 very historically beautiful homes, and it just
I mean, the other
doesn't-
one that was approved in a similar size, the garages were placed in the rear, not in the front. In Crown Hill, I mean, porches are in the front, which would certainly make this feel more like the district.
Is the one you were talking about in terms of being approved, is that the Austin Street?
Yes, that's what they're talking about.
Which is I think, actually quite a bit larger than this building. I mean, it would appear to be. I don't know how many units there are in that building,
It's 11.
but, and in terms of the bedroom count, I mean, 2 bedrooms, it's not,
No, it's the total number in the building that's,
yeah, you can't really do less than that, I
no,
don't
I understand what you're
think,
saying.
sure.
And I mean, if there's a concern on the type of, or the people are going to be moving, I mean, these would be sold as individual owner. These are going to be $500,000 units. There's these. This is middle housing. This is for people that can't move into a single-family home but can afford a little more than an apartment. So I didn't quite understand what they meant by saying certain people moving in here
Oh, no,
or change the.
it's a volume, that's all.
Do you think more of a Greek revival detailing or would be something that would,
I mean, we don't want it to try to look like a house built at the turn of the century in Greek revival, because it would be obvious that it's not. It's a new construction. But trying to keep within the lines, and I do see it. I'm looking at the houses now, and I do see the lines, at least the roof lines, have tried to mimic. It's that garage right in the front instead of the porches, which are very common to the area. I mean, I would suggest to try to see if the garage doors can be moved to the rear. It looks like the garage goes right through because they're tandem for 2 cars. To see if they could access the garage through the rear rather than the front, bringing maybe a type of porch in the front. And that would be, in keeping with the design of the houses that are there, but still being a new building. You're right. I mean, 4 is not even close to the size that we've approved before, although that was on the very outskirts of Crown Hill and not in the center where this is.
And through,
No,
through the chair, those are also apartments too. That's not it's not 11 townhouses. So that's the other thing that you got to keep in mind.
No, and it's hard to tell on this image, but there's a big hill behind this. So basically in the back of these is only going to be 2 stories. So that's why it's not technically feasible to put the parking behind it, because we're basically carving out, removing the granite wall, removing part of the hill, and working this into the hill. That's why I'm saying that it appears taller from the front than it's actually going to be, because this is going to, the grade in the back is substantial. So that, see where it says 558, and it's 550 at the street. So it's 8 feet higher in the rear of the property than in the front. So that's why it's not feasible to put the parking behind the building without either turning this or removing 1 unit, which may not make this financially appropriate.
Would it be possible for us to go out and tour that lot and see the
oh, sure, yeah,
grade of it?
yeah.
Michelle, do
I do
would
think that,
anybody have interest in
yeah.
Definitely.
seeing that?
I would.
So that-
Definitely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michelle, would we be able to do that?
Sure. So there's 9 of you now, so that means that quorum is 5, so I would need you in groups of 4 or less. So I can do, I'll do 3 groups of 3, and I'll figure that out with you all. Are you going to have any more questions for them before we wrap up for this session? Because I just want to know when we should schedule it too, because I don't know if, like,
Right.
if you have questions or whatever, I don't know if they're coming back on the 22nd or if they're coming back on the 5th or.
My concern is that it does, to me, it looks like any typical building that could be built right now, anywhere in the city.
Yeah.
That's a concern of mine. What's making it look that way is because of a garage versus a porch. However, if it's not feasible to put a garage in the rear, and I don't know without going and looking at that property, if it's not feasible, it's not feasible. And, we certainly don't want to prevent good, solid housing in the city that's so desperately needed right now.
And there's no way, with the garages being in the front, is there any way to incorporate any sort of design? Because I see how on these units on the left, the doors have the garage in between them, but then the units on the right, the doors are next to each other. Even with that, is there any way to do any sort of architectural pleasing entryway instead of just a door? Like a tiny porch or something to give some
Like dual
character?
porches, like one right here.
Yeah.
That includes both of those doors.
Yeah.
Maybe like a portico or like some kind of
Yes.
a, like awning over this.
Exactly, something that matches, the feel of the neighborhood with still
Oh, yeah.
keeping the garages in the front to accommodate everything. But I feel like the building just needs a little bit more character.
Through the chair, yes, of course, we can extend that and make that more of a pronounced focal point rather than the garage doors. But I'm sorry to say, I mean, yes, I would love if this had a nice porch in the front, the parking was in the back. But due to the site conditions, it's not feasible. But we
try
can
to make
certainly
compromises
bring
with
more
the-
focus to the entry door.
It's, yeah.
All right. Well, that's a great idea. I think that would definitely make it easier for the
More
commission.
acceptable.
Yeah.
If it did have, some sort of surround to the door that will bring it into the district a little more. And then, if we could take a tour of the property, that would be great. Those are my main concerns. Does anybody else have anything else that they would like addressed before we meet back here again on this?
I think my main concerns are just it does look, I mean, I appreciate and I can see the character and pieces that they tried to take from the other buildings, but it does look just like every other vinyl-sided townhouse that's next. And in fact, I think it almost looks exactly like the ones on, it's Lake Ave or not, but it's the same garage, entrance door next to it with the same window. Like, it just looks just like them to me. I mean, even, I don't know if it's possible with zoning to have like a carriage house in the back as a garage for all the cars. I mean, I get it's less green space, but you'll get more green space out front with no driveway or just one singular driveway. And the vinyl siding is just adding to the, looking like every other townhouse in the city.
Yeah, and so through the chair, typically vinyl siding is not allowed in local historic districts either, so.
I didn't see that this was vinyl sided. Do you have the impression it is?
It looks like,
Well, it looks so cookie cutter, and all the rest of them are vinyl sided that look like that, so we'd almost assume it is.
We can certainly build on the design and add more detail to the trim work and select a more appropriate siding. But you said you didn't want to copy what's everywhere.
yeah.
Because a lot of these do have very similar, like all the corner boards, all the friezes, all the trim work, all the casings are, and even the porches are all very similar. And we could duplicate some of these elements further, but the garage doors are still gonna have to be there. And without having an easement from the other property to put either parking in the back up on the hill, and they would have to access the back parking lot somehow. Obviously, we need time to now that we have feedback from the board members, to go through this again and come up with a design that we're all more agreeable to.
Maybe even.
Could I throw out just, and you'll probably cringe, but in terms of a lot of times when you do see row houses, they're not all the same color. Because they're owned by different people.
Yeah.
And would potentially something like that, so I get the monotony that you're talking about, but if you were to look at something like that, would that possibly, in addition to,
Porch or the
trying
cover.
to do something with the garage doors so they are not so prominent?
Yeah, I would love that.
But
personally, it was-
if we were
they
to
were
do
all
that,
painted
maybe
different
just
colors.
had
Would
a
you?
Yeah.
more trim detail.
Oh, we have
and-
somebody that loves that idea.
Yeah.
I do too.
Siding.
Yeah.
I think it would give it each their own characters, and it wouldn't make the massing seem so big.
That's
if it
true.
each had its own individual
Right.
character to it, with the building still being one. I think a little bit goes a long way. A little porch, maybe a different style garage door and paint, and I think you could sell it just fine.
May I add to whatever everyone else is saying? I'll get up and tell you what I was thinking about.
You need to take Mike. Oh, yeah.
I have the mic. When you look at the blue house, in my ear, you see a porch projecting out and you see columns. Now, how difficult would it be to project out, I don't know how many feet, 6 to 8 feet, over every single unit and have columns? And that would be yet another, I love that word, homage to the existing Greek Revival houses you see here. Does that make sense? If you project out, like we talked about the porch, I'm just adding on to the porch idea. If they all, even over the garage, project out, so there is a little bit more of a porchy atmosphere. And you just, you see, you've got some columns right there. You would just make them more pronounced or have another set. So you've got the pilasters there, and then you've got the columns in the front.
Yeah, the only consideration, I mean, certainly we can look at something like that. I think the only thing that I would say with the columns would be, then people have to drive,
Well, if they're paying
Between them
$500,000
to get to
for this,
their
they're
garage
going to
space
pay
and,
attention to the columns,
might be
I would assume.
kind of an obstacle getting out.
I think these are
You know what I
good,
mean, if
like,
someone could
ideas to play off
Take the
of,
post
though.
out, possibly.
Something to work
but-
So that's just, it's something to work with, and it would.
But you might be able to extend the roof without
So you can see
necessarily
you
too
can see
many
the
pillars.
columns, the pilasters, columns, pilasters, columns. So it would just be a nice continuation of that architectural motif. That's all I was
Yeah.
suggesting.
Or even some of the roofs that have more colonial, but kind of extend out that way and then
Right,
kind
like
of
this
a
one.
overhang.
This one has just
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is just simple, then you've got
The
the.
columns are outside of the driveway.
Right, yeah, to frame the outside without being an obstacle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So there are many ideas from
Okay.
which you could
Pull from to,
derive
yeah.
something to make that look a
up
little bit
with.
more appropriate
I like
Yeah.
the row
in a
house.
historical
No,
district.
I think we can look at all of that and then,
If we got to
wonderful.
approve the building.
Let's look at some colors.
Try again,
Some porch,
sure.
some porticos over the doorways, and we will go out and take a look at this
right.
property.
And if you do go out and look, I think it is true that the garages are really pretty much going to be, they're in the hill. I mean, that's where the parking is. And to try and come in from the back basically turns the whole lot into like a parking lot.
Right.
And we would prefer there to be green space too, but we know every lot is different, so we're just trying to, that's why we want to go out there to just kind of see like, okay, this would basically be sacrificing any green space.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
So my question to John Mansour, which I asked him to unmute. John, are you there?
Yes.
So we could do this two ways. So the commission wants to go out and take a look at the property. Are they good with just going and doing that independently, or would you prefer me to set a time to have all 9 of them come in groups?
They can come. That's a great question. I would say, do you need like Don or one of us to be there, or?
Well, that's what I'm asking. I'm good with just,
yeah, no, I mean, we can wear our identification in case anyone thinks that we're, but
Yeah.
it's really just for us to see, because with 9 people's differing schedules, it might be
yeah.
difficult to get us all together.
And usually when we do site visits, the reason why we all go as a group is for access, because we need like keys and stuff, but where they're just looking at the land. So as long as they have like their IDs on them, are you good with them just swinging by, taking a walk across the property and just taking a look?
Yeah, that's 100% fine.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah, and I,
The one thing I just wanted to mention, my real goal is I want to try to make sure that these units don't somehow end up needing to do some kind of HOA. So if like we had to do an easement, it would then create a little bit of a conflict with, the building next to it and these 4 now single-family detached, where it's like, who's required to do the snow plowing? Where does that line end? And I'm just trying to make sure that there's like clear delineation of each of the units. That's like the one main goal, because I don't really like condos.
Right.
I was going to say, I mean, certainly what we've talked about in terms of the view, but you can actually see pretty much everything you need to see just by standing in Crown Street. I mean, it's right there, and the
Right.
yard's right there, and
Yeah.
and you can see the slope and, the whole setup.
And I see trees in the rendering, but with the trees that are being taken down, are you guys planning to plant more maybe in the back or in the front? I know this is long-term, but it's just, we like to see things being replaced. If they-
Yeah, we can certainly, various things that we're talking about doing, some of that could be, included as well. If you take down any street trees, typically you have to replace them anyway, and I'm not sure, I don't know if on the front there, I'm not sure that any trees would actually have to come down. I don't know if the pictures would show, but I don't think there are any big,
Can we see the
Street trees.
street existing view?
Like bigger, yeah.
It shows the
And then
green
maybe
and
that
blue.
wrought iron could be
There,
repurposed.
the trees on the lot. I mean, those would have to
Yeah.
go, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't think there are any actual city trees
No, I
out
don't think
front.
so either.
But, we could certainly look at that and maybe plant some trees in the back or do something in that area to, because it would be nice that these units would have a backyard, small backyard, but it would be a backyard, which is not, a lot of people don't have.
Exactly.
I have a
So, that would be something, and, generally speaking, if you were a situation where you were dealing with the planning board or something of that nature, it's typical that they do request, a certain amount of landscaping. And even though that's not really your area that you look at, there's nothing that prevents us from volunteering that, even though you can't necessarily require it.
Right.
If it helps you, get a
encourages
better
us.
feel for
Yeah.
the whole package.
Yeah.
I have a quick question about one of the plans, it does show trees that are labeled. Are those ones that are being left or ones that are being added, or? It says like triple 10-inch maple, 26-inch maple. I'm assuming those are existing trees. Are they being left or just
Oh,
curious?
yeah, I think that most of the trees that would be in the
rear
back of the
anyway.
property could remain.
okay.
Really wouldn't be any reason to take them down.
Okay.
Okay, I was just curious if they were being
Yeah, I
left
didn't know
or
if
since it was being
construction was
labeled.
gonna need to come through the back
Yeah.
or something and take things down or whatnot.
Yeah, if
All
those
right.
trees are staying that are shown there, that's
That's
wonderful.
great, yeah.
Let's, we're going to continue this so that we can get new renderings, maybe with the different color townhouses and some sort of structure in the front to help with that
Fitting in.
garage.
Yeah.
The massive garage doors. Yeah, covering, coverings over the entranceway, the doorways, something just to give it a little more character. We'll go out, we'll take a look at this property, and then we'll discuss it again. Is next meeting okay, or do you need more time?
So through the chair, I have to unmute everybody that just.
It's fine for me. I don't know if Raphael, is that
They might need
next
time
meeting?
to come up with.
So John and Raphael, is the 22nd good for you, or do you want more time to work on renderings?
I think we're good. 20 seconds fine.
Yeah.
So 22nd, and what would it be, February 6th?
Yes. All right, then I will make a motion to continue this to the January 22nd meeting with a constructive grant deadline of February 6th.
Second.
And on that motion, Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Helnarski,
Yes,
Commissioner Northway,
Yes.
Commissioner Burnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. I'll see you next meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Moving on to other business. We have an invitation from the Worcester Housing Division to comment on, we're going to have to take these separately. Beacon Street, we're not going to comment on that. Yep.
That's, this 0 Beacon Street, 38 Herman Street, 38 Herman Street, 46 Herman Street, it's all the same parcel.
Oh, it is? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
That's
Okay. So this is the property we've been looking at with the garage turning into the apartment building. And is anybody here representing this?
Yeah, so Juan Gomez is here, and it looks like one other person raised their hand too. Hold on. Juan Gomez and Acropolis. Oh, Raphael,
Yeah,
are you here
yeah.
for this too?
I'm all over the place. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So just as a rundown, this came to the commission at the last meeting, and the commission requested architectural plans and a plan for potential archaeological monitoring.
So is it possible for me to share some thoughts before I entertain some questions and happily answer them? Because I have some questions myself.
Sure.
Okay, great. So, Michelle, thank you very much. The staff, thank you very much, Madam Chair and the members of the commission. My name is Juan Gomez, and I am a former member of the Worcester City Council, former president and CEO of Centro, was there for about almost 18 years, and I am now the president and CEO of the only Latino-led community development corporation in the city of Worcester, New American CDC, which is an affiliate of Centro. The reason why we're here is because obviously the staff of the the city department, the housing department wanted to get your thoughts on it. And I want to give you the big, broad spectrum before we get right into this project, because this is a very big deal for Centro. In 2 years, Centro Las Americas will celebrate its 50th anniversary. And in 2015, knowing and understanding the neighborhood that we're in, which is Sycamore Street, and the main middle section of Worcester, which includes Main Street and Beacon Street from Madison all the way to Hammond Street, there have been absolutely no investment for approximately 30 years. And Centro, wanting to be an important anchor in the neighborhood, began to invest in acquiring some of the properties around. And in fact, through the CDC, we developed 14-16 Sycamore Street. If you might recall, at one point we had to come before the commission to approve a demolition delay waiver, where we demolished a little carriage house that was falling apart and converted it into two-family. And we demolished a 5-unit rental building, which was in even worse condition, so that we can make space for parking, because Centro, as a growing organization, has a significant impact in the community, but that requires staffing. And at one point, we decided that we were going to, rather than leave the neighborhood, we were going to invest in the neighborhood. This project is part of a grant that we were able to secure, a line item in the federal budget with support from Senator Markey and Senator Warren before I left as the CEO of Centro. And the purpose of the grant was to help us acquire properties at affordable prices so that we can eventually develop them into affordable housing. The reality is, if you can't access land or properties for an affordable price, you can't build affordable housing in the city. And as you know, the city manager, the mayor, and every other member elected and appointed of the city wants to build about 10,000 units of housing, a mix between affordable and market rate. The reality is that there's about 6,000 units of market rate housing being built, and only a fraction of that is affordable housing. And Centro's invested in making sure that the main middle neighborhood of the city continues to be affordable for the residents of the city. The reality is that as we continue to grow, and now we are about 215,000 residents in the city, somewhere there's got to be affordable housing for people to live. And that's the goal here. And that's why Senator Markey and Senator Warren supported our request for the funding. Is for $2.6 million. We can't access this money without going through this process and doing an environmental review component of the properties that we are targeting. Sadly, we have a deadline to close on the property of the 15th of January, and we've been working on this project. And unfortunately, every time we get closer to completing the process, we're told that there's one more hurdle we need to overcome. We did not learn about having to go to the IRT until September. We didn't learn that we needed to submit a form to Massachusetts Historical Commission until the October IRT meeting. We didn't learn that we needed to have the entire process, the zoning completed until then either. Now, what have we done since? We've gotten all the 21 East Phase 1 done. We've gotten all of the documents that we needed. We got the community impact. We invited 200 and something people. There were about 33 people that attended. All learned of the project that we're proposing. Everybody was favorable and happy. The mayor, the city manager, and everybody else has expressed support for the project that we're trying to build. Right now, if we cannot close on this property, this is all over for Centro. And we would have to start all over again. We're trying to negotiate with the seller to give us just a little more time so we can get through this process. The planning board has given us a favorable recommendation on changing the zoning because we needed to change the zoning on a very small portion of the parcel, and you guys have the site plan as proposed. And all we're trying to do is we're trying to build 60, all of them, 60, hopefully all of them, affordable units at 80% or lower, okay? What is left? So the planning board approved it. Now the council will see it. Unfortunately, if we don't get this done right away, if we don't get this approved, then we may lose these lots and we may not be able to build affordable housing in the neighborhood. And what will happen is that these will go to the market, and more market rate housing, which is needed too, but affordable housing is needed more in the city because someone's got to sustain the economy. And those are the workers. Those are the people that can't afford $500,000 houses. And so we need your guidance. Yes, we need your support, but we finally got an approval from the Massachusetts Historic Commission, and their determination is that this project will likely not have any impact on archaeological or historic resources. We can come back to the Worcester Historical Commission to get to do anything that you need us to change in terms of the proposed layout. But we cannot afford, time-wise, we cannot afford, nor does Centro have at this point the resources to have the full architectural plans. Can we make changes to the architectural renditions? Yes, and Rafael is here with us. But we're trying to desperately meet a deadline. So I'm happy to entertain any questions that you may have about the project. And I sent, I believe Michelle has a copy of the presentation that I wanted to give you, but I know the time is short. So I'm going to cut it there, and hopefully I can answer all your questions. And if not, Rafael is here with us. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to build 60 units of housing when we are able to do that. But in order to do that, we have to secure the closing. But we've done geotechnical studies. The site plan, like I said, the planning board has approved. We've done the phase 1 21Es. And you tell us what else we need, but can we try to get your feedback and your support to build this, to get this done so we don't have to wait months and ask the seller. They're not going to wait months for us to come back with full sets of architectural and some other plans that cost a lot of money that Centro doesn't have access to. We are happy to meet the guidelines and whatever else we would need to do once we can close on the property, because then we will have access to the HUD grant and we can then pay Rafael for full architectural. And then we can do, if we need to, the archaeological report that you need. But that's where we are right now.
So Juan, when you're saying you want to do this all after you close on the property, are you suggesting that we enter in some kind of an MOA or something to give the commission purview over that? Because there's no mechanism to allow them to review your plans in the future other than just your word for it.
We could do a memorandum of agreement. I would have no problems with that.
Nor would I.
The problem is that we have a deadline. And
I mean, right now.
And I stake my reputation. I've lived in Worcester 46 years. My two oldest children live in this city. Wherever you go and you hear the name Juan Gomez, that's got to mean something. And so, but we have lawyers. We need the support. We need this grant in order to build this. This is what the community needs, and this is legacy. This is real work. There's been almost $1 million from the family foundations that they've contributed for us to acquire some of these properties. This is real. This is not some pie in the sky hope or dream.
We completely understand that. And the last meeting, when we were discussing this, we were not stating that this garage, we were trying to protect this garage. We simply asked for architectural drawings so that we could look at how this new building was going to fit into the community around it. And it doesn't sound like that's been done, so there's no action for us to actually take because that was what we requested.
But you requested full architectural, and I was not even invited to the meeting. We didn't even know about the meeting. And so how would I know that I need to provide something for you if I'm not invited or notified of something that I need to do?
Well,
and in order for you to be able to determine how this would fit in the overall scheme of the site, you already have a proposed site plan. You already have renditions for the building. If you don't need full architectural plans in order to make that determination. I didn't see a full package of architectural plans for the previous conversation you had on the previous plan. I'm just asking for some leeway so we can close on this property. And yes, with the lawyers, and our attorney is Jonathan Finkelstein, happy to write with the city a memorandum of agreement that states that we will comply with some level of support or requirements that you make. But the other thing is, the building that you're concerned about is falling apart. And the building that you're concerned about has been used for
We're not concerned about the building.
We know that it's falling apart. We're just concerned about what's going to go in place of the building. That's so
a 60-unit apartment building with some parking below. The rendition was submitted to you guys.
All right, so he stated that an MOE would be appropriate.
So, I mean, so that's kind of unprecedented. I think that it's a good idea. We need to talk to the city attorneys first. So thank you for indicating that you would be amenable to doing that. But we're definitely gonna have to wait until at least the next meeting to finalize that, because we do need to talk to the city attorneys.
That would be fine.
So you're good with the commission not taking any action this evening and then just talking about it in 2 weeks?
But can I need to know what it is that we would be agreeable to. Because we want to meet. We want to exceed your expectations. That's just how I am. But I need to know what those are. Simply saying that you don't want a garage in the face of that's not going to happen right now. Beacon Street, 00 Beacon Street and 46 Herman Street are not part of what we're trying to do. But even if we were, right, and we would build some parking there with a structure in the future, that's in the future. That's not now. Right now, all we're concerned about is 38 Herman Street, 38A Herman Street, and 17 Charlton Street. What can we build there that we can sustain, that we can support, and so that we can get approval so we can sign on the dotted line with the seller and acquire the property? And then, because the only other you know, there would be three other challenges, right? Is there, you know, the state is saying that there's no archaeological or historical resources being affected.
Right, so that's their opinion. We're a certified local government, we may have a different opinion, that's the point. So,
So what exactly are they looking for from us, Michelle, tonight to be able to move forward with securing? I think that's where my level of confusion is here.
I mean, it's my understanding that they just need you to say everything's okay and that you'll move forward with it as it is. We suggested the MOA or the MOU, but I'm not comfortable having you take a vote on doing that when I don't even know if it's possible. So that's why I'm saying, if we're going to do that, we're going to have to wait at least 2 weeks. I'm not going to have you vote on
If we
doing
don't
an
do
MOA.
that, we just give him our okay tonight and then hope in good faith that he continues to do that without us having spoken to city lawyer. Okay, okay.
And I mean, I'm not,
What?
I didn't understand that.
Did he cut out?
We didn't understand what you said, Mr. Gomez.
I don't want to ask you to do something you've never done for someone else. I don't want a special favor. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you, within the purview of your authority, to give us the opportunity to move forward with this so I can close on the purchase of the property. And yes, take my word that we will come back and that we will do exactly, work collaboratively with the staff to get the project where you're comfortable with it.
I don't know that we can do that.
Yeah, approve it.
Before we continue on that, I have a little question for you, please.
Yes, sir.
On one of the pictures here, it shows two what I'm going to call shadowy green structures, one of them also known as the Locos Church. Do you know what I'm referring to?
Right here on this structure, you're talking the existing 9 spaces, that
No.
plus the structure that is on there? Is that what you're
Michelle,
referring
I'm
to?
seeing it on page 27, if that's helpful.
I'm sorry, is it page 27 of the?
That one right there.
Yeah, so these two are the ones that are going to be demoed.
Okay.
Correct.
So the left-hand one there, I'm wondering if there's any historical significance to it.
So through the chair, no. So if we go through the slides, so 1922 shows pre-construction of both the buildings. 1936 shows the garage. That left-hand building appears sometime, most likely in the 1950s, so between 1949 and 1969.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Because it was a church, I wondered.
All right. Is anybody?
No, we rent to the church.
Is anybody on the commission ready or willing to make a decision on this and allow them to go forward? Or do you need more information? I mean, the buildings that are coming down are not.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we can do that if everybody's willing. Do you want a motion? And what is the motion for?
So what your motion would be for would be whether or not the proposed demolition of the 2 buildings and the subsequent proposed construction would cause any adverse effect on historic resources, meaning the buildings that are getting torn down, which you've indicated that you don't care too much about,
Right.
But more so about the National Register district that's across the street. and surrounding historic properties. So your vote would be whether or not the demolition of the two buildings and subsequent construction of the development as proposed. Of course, this is what we have for the proposed. So we have just a couple of views of it. So basically, as proposed, if that would cause an adverse effect on historic resources.
Okay.
All right. Then I would like to make a motion exactly as you proposed, and
In the positive or negative, so,
that it would not cause,
okay.
I'm a little confused.
Are there two motions or just one?
Yeah, so is it going to be separately? Because I feel like,
no, it's one
No.
project.
okay.
Yeah,
Projects are coming down,
Yeah.
and they will be allowed to go forward with this housing.
As shown on the,
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's
And
just.
then it would not be
it's-
adverse to the historic properties within the city of Worcester.
okay.
with keeping in mind that he is giving his word that he will come to us for future guidance.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it might be beneficial to the applicant for us to take a straw poll, because if they vote that there's an adverse effect, this is going to get a lot more complicated for you.
Okay,
So
I'm okay with that.
you might want to do a straw poll, and then if it seems like some people are going to vote that there, or more people are going to vote that there would be an adverse effect, you might just want to come back in 2 weeks, once we've had a chance to talk to the city attorneys about maybe doing some kind of an MOA or MOU.
That's fine. A straw poll is fine.
All right. Don, how are you feeling?
Well, we could go forward, but I'd feel better with the attorney's blessing.
Okay, I'm ready to go forward now.
I'm ready to go forward.
I agree.
Ditto.
It looks like there's a majority.
Me as well.
Thank you. It looks like there's a majority willing to let them go forward.
Okay.
It's getting a little rowdy out there.
It's getting kind of scary out there. Okay, go ahead then.
Thank you.
All right, then I'll make a motion that the demolition of the two buildings and the building of the apartment building would not be detrimental to the,
Would not cause an adverse effect to historic resources.
thank you.
Second.
And on that motion, Commissioner Burnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Northway,
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes.
Okay, Juan,
Yes.
so you're
Thank
coming,
you.
you're coming back.
Yes, I am.
You know that,
I'll
right?
come back as many times as I need to. This was important. This was a big deal.
Okay, so we're going to let you go forward with your closing once you do all your other things, but
Yes.
let's continue further discussion to a date certain. So when do you,
Yes.
when would you want to come? Do you want a couple months from now, couple weeks? Like where? And Raphael is raising his hand too.
Yes. Go ahead, Raphael.
We need, I mean, as he said, I mean, he's trying to acquire funding so he can cover some of our costs to develop further drawings for this project. I mean, this was a very high-level design, and I understand the concerns. But yeah, so we'll need a few months to get you something that's adequate for your review.
Okay.
Yes, we've approved it.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay. So when, in the next few months, would you want to, do you think like April, maybe?
That sounds fantastic.
Go ahead, Raphael.
Yes, April should work. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. So why doesn't the commission take a vote to look at any further drawings that they have, as per what Juan suggested, So the 22nd, the 5th, the 19th, the 5th, the 19th. How about April 2nd? Does that work?
Sounds good.
It's not on here.
Oh. What's the next, is April 9th on there?
No.
April 16th.
I'm just going every 2 weeks, so there must be a holiday.
April 16th.
April 16th, all right, so how does April,
I'm sorry, I'm not available April 16th. That's my anniversary and I'm in Europe. What's the one after that?
April 30th,
I don't
probably.
know. May something.
April 30th?
April 30th?
That should work. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so why don't we just take a quick vote just to continue discussion on the forthcoming plans while still allowing them to move forward?
All right, I'll make a motion that we meet again to discuss future plans April 30th.
Second?
And on that motion, Commissioner Burnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Northway,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Thank you very much.
All right, moving on to the next and last item, which is a request for determination of local historic significance for 2 Ionic Avenue. I'm thinking this is a shoe-in. Is the,
Down on the Elm Street one?
they withdrew
Oh, I didn't realize,
at the
sorry.
beginning. Yep,
Oh, yeah, okay, thank you.
we took that at the very beginning of the meeting.
Yes.
Okay, so
Back.
Ionic Avenue, do we have somebody online for that?
It doesn't appear so. It looks like there's one person that has called in. If there's anybody here specifically to represent 2 Ionic Ave, you can use *9 to unmute, to raise your hand. I'm not seeing anybody, though, so we can go ahead and just review it. They're not required to be here
Right.
for the DLHSs, so.
I am absolutely 100% yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's my recommendation that you take the vote for criterion A and criterion C.
Okay.
The commission finds that 2 Ionic Ave is significant in the areas of A and C for the purpose of application for Community Preservation Act funding.
We need a second?
Second. Oh, I thought we were doing both parts.
Well, but you're not doing the other one because it's,
Okay. Second, I second.
Thank you.
and on that motion, Commissioner Burnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Northway,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes. Thank you. All right, and we're going to hold the minutes until the next meeting. If anybody has anything else, speak now. If not,
Were we waiting on people that didn't show up?
Oh, yeah.
For-
We still, it
We had
feels
like
like
an
hours
item.
ago at this point. So nobody ever did show up for 266 Webster Street.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and take a vote to continue it to the January 22nd meeting with the constructive grant deadline of February 6th.
as moved.
Second.
We got a second?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Burnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Northway,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes. Was that the last one?
Was 5, did we do 5J?
No, we didn't.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's another one.
That's why I was like, wait a second.
I'm all out of sorts. Okay, so we will also go ahead and we'll need a motion to do the same for 5 Jakes.
All right,
Jan.
then. I'll make a motion for continuation to the January 22nd meeting with the constructive grant deadline of February 6th. And that's for
Second.
5 Jakes.
And on the motion to continue, or to postpone 5 Jakes to January 22nd, Commissioner Burnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre?
Yes.
Commissioner Santos Restivo?
Yes.
Commissioner Helnarski?
Yes.
Commissioner Northway?
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman?
Yes.
Chair Long?
Yes. We continued over half of our meeting tonight, and it still went over an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, there is one other thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Reluctantly, I'm resigning. Expect it to be effective March 1st, whatever makes sense. I see there's a March 5th meeting maybe on that. I don't know. Whatever makes
Yeah,
sense.
whatever is easiest for you. We also have gone ahead and we've advertised it, so hopefully we'll get somebody else. You know, these, especially the local historic districts are hard to fill, so,
I've got 2 or 3 to discuss after the meeting's over.
excellent.
Great, thank you.
We'll miss you, Dawn.
But we still have you at PW. so-
Yes.
Okay.
So,
I also will be gone at the end of February.
And I will too.
yeah.
So all 3 of you will be gone on March 1st, correct?
Right,
Correct.
correct.
Okay. All right, well, things are going to be moving around. I know Kristen, who's remote today, she'll be moved into a full member position after that, because we'll have 3 open. And then we'll have to recruit some other folks. But yeah, we'll miss you.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you.
miss you too.
Yeah, we're going to miss you.
Maybe you can just show up. You know, if you miss us, just
Yeah,
come
might
to a
show up
meeting
to
here
heckle,
and there,
yeah.
Call in just to hear our voices, you know?
Yeah, right.
She's like, yeah.
All right, if there's nothing else meeting-wise, I am going to make a motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.